All right, we're going to start talking about the idea of if statements, which are, another crucial building block to all programs. It's a way that digital systems make choices. So basically, you say if something is true, do one thing. If not, do another thing. And it can be very easy. But we're going to start out with generating a random number. So I'm going to say an integer called random or AND. My A key isn't working very well right now. Int random equals, I'll explain this in a second, but we're going to make an integer from like 0 to, 2, up to, but not including 2 right now. So doing this just says the random function generates a number with decimals, and this just says I only want the whole number part. Just putting that out front, integer. I just want the integer part of that. If this were gone, this would register as an error because this number has decimal points attached to it, but this container can only handle, an integer can only handle the whole number part, so we just need to say, like, just chop off the rest, please, and I'll just take the integer. All right, so let's write an if statement. To write an if statement, just say if rand, and then inside the if statement, it just has to be something that can be evaluated to true or false. So either rand is 0 or it's not, right? Well, if it's 0, let's just draw the background black. And if rand is 1, we'll draw the background as white. So we can see pretty easily which of those two numbers comes up. All right, so that time around, random was 0. Let's see if random this time around was 1. All right, so that's working. So one thing, so in addition to, you can just write this all as one line. If this is true, execute this code. If this is true, execute this code. But you can also use curly braces here so that you can write many lines of code. So if random equals 0, do this, but then we can also say, set the fill color to, 40, 120, 200, so kind of a bluish, and then we're going to say, like, also draw an ellipse at 200, 200, 200, 200. All right, and then I'm going to copy this. We're going to do this down here also. Or just whatever, this is fine. So we can just, you can do multiple lines of code if you want by using the curly braces. So in this case, the random number was 0, and it executed all of the code inside the curly braces, but random was not 1, and so it did not overwrite any of that stuff with a white background. So just spend a little time kind of playing around with basic if statements, and we'll move on to making them a little bit more interesting as we go here.